Scott Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Thanks for being here. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Some fun stuff going on there. Yeah.
So much fun.
Ah, man. And we're just jam-packed full of fun. Just one fun thing after another. Of course, it all starts with the fun Taliban. Fun Taliban. Fun the Taliban. Fun the Taliban. Fun with the Taliban. The Taliban. Fun with the Taliban. Thought it might be kind of fun to use Kraftwerk. They're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
How long did it take you to write that one?
Oh,
I know it's a process when you fill
5 days.
Okay, because the creative juices start flowing, and you just you type out the lyrics, the verse, the chorus, and you just can't stop.
That's right.
That was good.
Thank you. So a lot more fun with the Taliban. At a wide-ranging news conference in Kabul, I refuse to call it Kabul because that's just stupid. Taliban leaders in Afghanistan offered conciliatory messages, which was met with skepticism by experts. Why? What? Promising that they're not going to discriminate against women or seek to control the media, and suggesting that those who worked with the previous government and allied forces would be pardoned. Well, except the one that they just murdered brutally.
Oh, that's horrible, man.
One of the interpreters, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Worked with the U.S.
Yeah, it's in there, yeah.
Ah, jeez. Taliban co-founder and de facto leader Abdul Ghani Baradar arrived in the country Tuesday for the first time in more than a decade, returning to the group's birthplace in the southern city of Kandahar, just days after his fighters swept to power across the country. You can almost not drive across Afghanistan as fast as they took it over. It's a fairly big country. It's not like they took over Rhode Island. It's Afghanistan. They must have, actually in Kabul, I understand they did find no resistance, but they must have had very little resistance anywhere. United States and other countries have resumed military evacuation efforts. The Air Force said that it's launching an investigation into the deaths of Afghan civilians related to a C-17 flight that departed from Kabul. We saw that, including reports of humans falling from the airborne plane. And then there were some remains found under the wheel well. Just horrific. The U.S. evacuated some 1,100 U.S. citizens, permanent residents, and their families on Tuesday. Biden administration officials told Senate staffers that about 10 to 15,000 U.S. citizens remain in Afghanistan. Don't worry about it. You couldn't have done this any other time. You had to wait until the absolute fall of Afghanistan before you started evacuating people. You knew this was coming. You knew you were going to make the announcement. Why didn't you do this a long time ago? Why weren't you evacuating people from the start of the administration?
Yeah, my theory is that this presidency has been such a mess for 7 months that he needed perceived victory. And he thought, if we can get everybody out of there, we can say, hey, look, we're home. Everybody's out of Afghanistan. Yeah. And so any planning, any foresight, any taking care of not only our citizens, but those who helped us along the way was tossed out the window. We got to go. Let's go now, right now.
Must have been something like that. The Taliban says we have until September 11th to completely evacuate. That's an interesting date. I wonder why they chose that.
It's a weird.
Among the many long-term costs of the rapid fall of the Afghan government and the swift withdrawal of U.S. diplomats and military personnel, there's troves of sensitive U.S. government data.
Oh, good.
Surely being left behind in the nation now under Taliban control. And also getting left behind are Afghan citizens who, of course, helped us. This tweet from a guy who has friends in Afghanistan It's a philanthropist named Joe Lonsdale. The Afghan interpreter I've come to know well over the years, was hung in the streets last night. They melted his DOD ID into his chest, cut off his arms, and killed his family. His 10-year-old daughter was spared and handed off to leadership. Okay, that's, let's see, what was the promise from the Taliban?
Oh, yeah, what'd they say?
What was the promise? Let's see. They've suggested that those who worked with the previous government and allied forces would be pardoned.
But what you just read, the tweet from the guy.
That doesn't sound like a pardon, does it? Maybe they pardoned him from life. Oh. He and his family.
Yeah, they did that press conference yesterday. They were asked, so what are women's rights going to look like under the new Afghanistan? And their answer was, quote, they are going to be working shoulder to shoulder with us, but of course within the frameworks that we have.
Yeah, I mean, as long as shoulder to shoulder means 10 paces behind us.
Sure.
And they don't leave their home without our permission.
And wear that
and the full
beekeeper outfit, whatever it is.
Burqa thingy,
Thank you.
whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So, other than that, full rights. I mean, they can't drive, obviously.
Can they vote?
No. I mean, don't be stupid. Vote, women.
Can they speak?
Well, if spoken to, yeah, and asked for a response, why then? Sure, but full rights.
Yeah, and
there's women. We love women.
There's the difference from Sunday dress code to Monday dress code in Kabul. The CNN reporter there.
Ta-da! That looks like women's rights right there, doesn't it? You have the right to be totally covered from head to toe, every inch. Of course, she did have her naked face exposed, which was despicable. Despicable.
She has till September 11th to cover that.
Right. Right. You need that thing, where just your eyes are peeking out.
Oh, you mean like America? Since COVID-19 and mask mandates were implemented? Oh, okay. So maybe we can find some common ground there, apparently.
Perhaps. So a spokesman for the Taliban was asked, okay, in addition to the women's rights, of course, which are pretty obvious right now, and what about free speech in Afghanistan?
This question should be asked to those people who are claiming to be promoters of freedom of speech, who do not allow publication of all information. I can ask Facebook company. This question should be asked to them.
Go ask Facebook about free speech.
What?
And Twitter while you're at it.
That's brilliant. It's a brilliant response.
Yeah, he was waiting for that one.
He should be waiting for that one.
He was like sitting on a fastball.
There's no answer for that. There's no answer. Well, here's the thing that you don't understand. They're a private company, and so they can shut down whoever they want. And in America, it's fine if you're working with the government and you're shutting down, conservative voices, but not leftist ones. So it makes complete sense in America that what you're saying isn't the same thing. Exactly.
That's good. That's a
good
take.
Man.
In fact, that is like the take.
Yeah, I mean,
from the left.
How embarrassing is that the Taliban's got that to throw in our face now? Yeah, you want free speech? Oh, okay. Are you kidding me? We might be one of the most oppressed people on the planet as far as free speech is concerned. 888-900-3393. Jeez, I mean, wow. What a debacle this has been. Chuck Todd, I mean, some of the hosts and reporters at CNN have turned a little bit on this president. ABC, NBC, CBS, there have been some, I mean, this is so egregious that how can you possibly let him off the hook here? How? I mean, there's no way you can, and he is trying desperately to still blame Trump or the Afghans or whatever. There's actually some people in the state propaganda centers who aren't buying it, which is pretty amazing. Here's Chuck Todd talking about what's going on.
Well, I think if you're from the point of view of Afghans, it's is there going to be how long is this process of evacuating Afghans going to last? How open are we going to be to bringing out more Afghans who want out? Where are we going to take them? How is that process being worked? Are we cutting red tape? Right, all of those things. I think that is the immediate and near-term questions that have to be answered. The big long-term question, which is, why were we so unprepared for this moment, is, this is, and you can't help but come to two sort of conflicting theories, but I don't know if we're ever going to get an answer that's going to feel satisfying, and it goes to some combination of the president had his mind made up before he took the oath of office about which direction he was going, and the Pentagon never thought I think they always thought they could buy more time, and for whatever reason, didn't plan for every contingency. But, the president, I thought it was interesting yesterday in how he tried to walk that line. He wants to accept the consequences of this decision.
Does he?
Pass some blame, but at the same time, he didn't, he didn't throw his own Pentagon under the bus. He didn't throw the intel agencies under the bus. But you got to ask, how, the orderly part of this, what went wrong? And I'll tell you, I do think the biggest political fallout from this is competency. Joe Biden's greatest strength against Donald Trump in the campaign was the idea that he's been around the block, he knows what he's doing, we're facing this crisis with COVID, we need some basic competency back in government, no more chaos. He's lost the competency high marks that he was getting at one time. That's tough to get back.
I'm sorry. Competency high marks? Even through that mild criticism, he's giving him the competency high mark thing? What is wrong with you people? Seriously, are you deaf, dumb, blind, and stupid? How during the past 2 years of watching this 78-year-old man mumble, stumble, and bumble through every single day, where he puts a lid on his presidential days at 9 in the morning at times. 9 in the morning, where he disappears for days at a time and makes the insane decisions he's making. How did you ever believe him to be competent in any way during the campaign? Are you kidding me? I mean, just a tiny little portion of evidence of Joe Biden's incompetence. And it's been around for some time. This shouldn't surprise them at all.
That saves billions of gallons of gasoline. I mean, billions of I think it's $2.3 billion worth of
gallons.
$500 billion in savings and 2 something billion metric tons of CO2 going in the air.
Okay, right.
1.2 billion. So you go ahead and you stack spaghetti sauce at a store and in a supermarket. You control the guy or the woman who brings out the carts on a forklift.
On a forklift.
What happened?
Okay. I don't know.
Carts on a forklift? At a store?
The vast majority of economists, left, right, and center.
Okay.
From Wall Street to the private economic polling initiative.
Okay.
The economists, as I said, left, right, and center.
Right.
Say, in addition to the needs the people have, we need this to grow the economy.
Okay.
According to the intelligence community, terrorism from white supremacy is the most lethal threat to the homeland today. Not ISIS, not Al Qaeda, white supremacists. The other portion is a lot of people don't know how to register. Not everybody in the community, in the Hispanic and the African American community, particularly in rural areas that are distant and or inner city districts, know how to know how to get online to determine how to get in line for that COVID vaccination.
Right, very competent.
At the Walgreens.
This is all really competent stuff.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing. I got hairy legs that turn that turn blonde in the
Blonde.
sun. No one is in a position where they have a significant financial disability as a consequence of this SARS-CoV-9 coronavirus. Roosevelt came up with a thing that was totally different than he called it the World War II. He had the War Production Board.
Yeah.
Corn Pop was a bad dude. They put me in the hospital and I made it out, and so I'm out. None of us want to be cooped up in our homes. So I learned about roaches. Knock. Sounds corny, but it's real. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down. Daddy, it's unfair to all of us, and it's unnecessary for all of us. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. We can't make them whole. Can I see you, Daddy? Kids jumping on my lap. Masks and gowns and masks and all. You gotta, and shields. Why are we waiting? We, the people. Corn Pop, we hold these truths. Was a bad dude.
Just
you know the thing.
a little bit of the competence that we've seen over the last couple of years from this man.
Yeah.
You know what? We could play the whole day. We could spend the entire show and tomorrow's and the day after that with just the evidence of his incompetence.
It's a shame that we're seeing that level of competence fade away.
Right?
That's our starting point. By the way, there's a quote making the rounds that I think you'll find interesting. This is this was said by a Senator Joe Biden in 1975, Pat.
Oh.
Quote, right. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing about morality. Our moral obligation. The U.S. has no obligation to evacuate 1 or even 100,001 South Vietnamese, end quote.
Oh, wow. Apparently he feels that way about the Afghans as well, huh? Huh. Jeez.
There's a lot there. Obviously, not only does the quote line up nicely with Afghanistan, like you said, but said by a Senator Joe Biden in 1975. Oh, go home, Joe.
Shows you how long this guy has been doing this. And actually it doesn't, because he was doing it before that. 72, right, was when he got elected. That is 49 years ago. For the uninitiated.
It's about time to just call it a career, Joe. Get out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Leave.
888-900-3393. Let me tell you about iTarget Pro. I love being able to practice my firearms, but my AR-15. I also have a Glock, and iTarget Pro is the way to practice with these. It saves you a ton of money. It's fun, and it's safe. You don't have to go anywhere to do this. You can do it in comfort and privacy of your own home. Set up the range in your hallway or your living room or wherever you want to do it, because in place of bullets, you put a laser bullet in there. So the laser shows you where your shots land on the target and, of course, makes it safe that you're not shooting bullets inside your home, which would not be a good idea.
Suboptimal?
Yeah, suboptimal, as Stu might say. Dry fire training also helps develop muscle memory and sharpen your target reaction speed, your sight alignment, the trigger function, all kinds of things. Go to itargetpro.com and save 10%, plus get free shipping when you use the offer code PAT. Now, this is going to pay for itself in like a day, because you won't have to go buy all kinds of ammo, which is really expensive if you can even find it right now. It's the letter I, then targetpro.com. itargetpro.com, offer code PAT.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Triple 888-900-3393, also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. So, I guess the Afghans have promised they're not going to launch attacks on the United States from Afghan soil. Did you hear that promise?
No.
So not only are they going to treat women really well and respect everybody, but they're also not going to be apparently a terrorist organization, at least not against the U.S. So I guess we can all rest easy. Don't worry about it. Yes, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. The Biden team was simply, by the way, as Biden said, simply following the Trump plan. And here's You know, and I believe that because look at how much they love and respect Donald Trump.
Right?
Yeah. And look at all the plans they have followed from Donald Trump.
You got a list?
Almost everything. Well, yeah, the border, obviously.
Sure.
You know, they loved his plan there. You know, the virus, they've followed his plan perfectly there.
Oh, the Keystone Pipeline.
The Keystone
Right? That's a
Pipeline. What
big
about
one.
that?
Right. Oh,
Drilling.
Oh, wait a minute. The 1776, the education thing. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was Trump's.
Followed that
instead of
really nicely.
Yeah. So
Left all the regulations that Trump took off, left them off.
okay. Climate change, right?
Climate change, following the Trump agenda there.
See, I mean, this is like the Trump second term.
It almost is like that, isn't it?
Almost.
Yeah. And so
Of
you know
course.
that
So following suit.
when they say they're following his plan,
Right.
you can rest assured that's the truth.
That would make total sense.
Nothing but the truth. Because, I mean, it's hard to believe that he even tried to make that claim. Just unbelievable.
But the buck stops with him,
Right.
right? And he's going to take
Yes.
responsibility for actions that he does during his presidency.
I give you my word as a Biden.
He gives us his word as a Biden.
Which is like gold. I mean, the Biden word is golden. You know, like hunters, when you see those, when you see the videos of him and hookers and they're doing the blow together and stuff, you know that Hunter, everything he says on that tape is true. He never lies to the hooker at all because he respects her, and you can take his word for it because he's a Biden.
He's a Biden.
Yeah, and the Biden's word is gold to them. So there you go. 888-900-3390.
Seriously, you know, the Biden word is forever
gold.
damaging our nation and our reputation.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they're talking about how what's happening in Afghanistan is going to take decades for this nation to recover on the international stage. I don't think we're ever getting our credibility back. No.
I don't know how we would, frankly. How would you? When we left, you know, the South Vietnamese in the lurch, you know, people have kind of gotten over that. But then you do it again to Afghanistan, virtually the same thing.
Hell, we've done it to the Kurds multiple times now.
Kurds, jeez.
I mean, what? Why would you align yourself with the United States? And by the way, you know who's not fleeing Afghanistan right now and is cozying up to the Taliban beautifully there in the region now is China. And Russia. Mm-hmm. Both of them. They're not going anywhere. They're good. Their embassies aren't closing. We have made the situation worse there in 20 years. We have empowered China and Russia. We've armed the terrorists with millions of dollars in equipment and weapons.
Yeah. And essentially left the Taliban an air force.
Yeah.
So now they have an air force, too. So that's great. Good.
Remember, they're the 30th, what was it, 30th strongest military now in the nation?
Okay.
The Afghanistan under the Taliban. Cool.
Good.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Well, none of the 300,000 men that Biden talked about did any fighting that I can see in Afghanistan. So they're all fresh and can be used now by the Taliban. They're ready to go. And maybe the Taliban will train them to actually defend things or fight for things. I don't know. Who knows what is going to become of that region now? Jeez. And you could never go back in and do it again. I mean, what if they do start launching attacks from terrorists trained in Afghanistan? What are we going to do?
Seriously.
Are we going back in there? No. We're never going back in there. You couldn't possibly do that. So he has really made a mess of this. I mean, I think we were all, I certainly was, in favor of withdrawing from Afghanistan. But not like this.
Do it right.
Yes.
My gosh, you've literally, I could have sworn, I couldn't find a report on this, but I could have sworn I heard that the U.S. government is telling American citizens, if you can't get to the airport in Kabul, we can't assure that you're going to get out of there safely. I was like, God, help us.
Okay.
That's
great.
your plan? That's your withdrawal plan? Yeah, I don't know. If you can get to the airport, we'll get you out. And if you can't, sorry.
Call Delta. Can you make a reservation on a Delta flight?
Yeah,
Give them a call, and we'll see what happens.
Better make sure you got your mask on, or Delta's not letting you on that flight in Kabul.
That's right.
I'll tell you that. By the way, thank you, Joe Biden administration. We have been actually asking the question out loud here. hey, that mask mandate on transportation through September 13th or whatever. Yeah, it was extended to January 18th, I believe. Yes, yesterday. So masks required on flights, buses, and trains.
Good.
Through the first part of the year, at least. Probably for the next 4 years.
And
least.
when it gets to January 18th,
exactly.
It'll be, July 5th or whatever.
But it's about your health.
And then it'll be extended again. But they're just trying to protect us. It's just for our own good. Don't worry about it. It's for the greater good. Chris Cillizza from CNN yesterday talked about Biden's competence as well. Although he didn't say that it was high competency. He just says that it's compromised now. He said at the heart of Joe Biden's 2020 presidential campaign was a single word, just like Chuck Todd did, competence, which how do you make that case even during the campaign? But then he says, after 4 years of Donald Trump's incompetence in, everything, the Biden argument was that the country badly needed a steady hand on the tiller, someone who'd been there and done that, someone who didn't need training to do the job, someone who is exactly the opposite of the guy currently in office. And it worked. Rather than see Biden's age, 78, as a negative, plenty of voters believed his decades of experience were what the country needed in the post-Trump era. Knowing how the federal bureaucracy worked mattered. So did having good relationships with world leaders. And having seen everything there was to see on both the domestic and foreign policy fronts. 7 months into his first term, however, Biden is faced with nothing short of a crisis of that competence. Yeah. It's too bad you guys didn't look around and see this during the campaign and see that he's not capable, that he is not competent, that he wasn't then. But he's been beset on a number of fronts with developments that it appears all of his experience and know-how didn't prevent. The glaring example is, of course, the rapid takeover of Afghanistan by the Taliban. It's not the only crisis, however. Cillizza goes on to mention the situation at the border, the rise of the Delta variant, which kind of caught them by surprise as well, the inflation situation. There are work shortages, employee shortages. There are shortages of goods and services. I mean, we are in a situation where we're up to our eyeballs in problems in America right now. And there are some really weird things that are in short supply. Toilet paper, again, is in short supply, according to my wife. You know what's really weird is chlorine. You can't get chlorine for your pool. It's really difficult. And they said that that's going to continue through the end of the year.
Oh.
It's bad.
Yeah,
you
that
should
is
see
bad.
our pool right now.
Oh, no. Is it green?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Huh.
Looks like a swamp.
That's nasty, dude.
It's a first world problem.
It is a first world problem, yeah.
They've got bigger problems in Afghanistan, but I don't live in Afghanistan.
Yeah, this is America.
This is actually a problem. And I don't understand it. There's just, I don't get why we're going through this.
Yeah, but the waterfall's still working, right?
Yeah, the waterfall works.
Woo.
Yeah.
Okay. Crisis averted.
Well, not completely.
Oh,
but
okay. All right. Yeah.
Again.
So you can't get in there.
Situation.
It's 100 degrees.
Yeah, can't get in the pool.
Man, that stinks.
No.
Yeah.
Is that bad? That's bad.
That's bad. So we've got what is the status on Clorox wipes?
We've got Clorox wipes.
But I mean, in the store, is Jackie noticing those?
No, I think there's still some in the stores.
That's good.
But they're having all kinds of other kinds of problems. Okay, the labor shortage is bad. Restaurants are taking the brunt of the shortages. More people have taken to social media in recent weeks to describe encountering empty gas pumps. I've never had that happen. Or restaurants out of random items.
Empty gas pumps? What does that mean?
Like there's no gas.
Oh, completely just run dry, huh?
Yeah. I haven't encountered that yet. But apparently in some areas of the country, people are. There's some other things here. We'll get into this in a second.
Just think, the Jimmy Carter days were actually better than this.
That's the thing. This is shaping up a lot like the Jimmy Carter time period. Only to about the 10th power.
Yeah, worse.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Yeah, and in addition to chlorine, okay, which you can't get for your pool, tacos,
Yeah.
coffee, cars, especially used cars, jet fuel, computer chips, Nike shoes, and school supplies. All really tough to find in parts of the country. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
And that's America?
Okay?
That's the United States of America?
United States of America.
Wow.
Why are we having this problem in the United States of America?
Yeah, I can't live
I don't
without
know.
the tacos. Come on.
Weird. Cheryl Heron tweets, thanks. Now I will have fun, the Taliban stuck in my mind for the next few hours. And you're, of course, welcome. You're welcome, Cheryl. Happy to do that for you. Because we're having fun with the Taliban. 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 You know what? I just realized yesterday it was fun, Autobahn. I always thought it was bon, Autobahn. Till yesterday.
Ah,
Yeah. Is that
cool.
weird? Yeah. Learned a little something yesterday.
Well,
do a
that's good.
remix.
I've been
Learned a
doing
little something.
research on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
band
Kraftwerk.
Kraftwerk.
Yes.
So
Yes. The band that got there before Foreigner.
yeah.
Old Buck stopping Biden tweets, nothing says you have a First Amendment like a terrorist organization being able to call you out and your restrictions on freedom of speech. Sophisticated giblets. I think when Joe said, my butt got wiped, he was predicting Afghanistan.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
My butt's been wiped. All right. There it is.
Oh, nice.
And here this is. Because it is Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. Time for Jeff Fisher to chew the fat.
You got a present there, Jeffy. Just so you know.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's a celebration, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Chewing the fat.
No, not.
No, it is.
No. It's the most annoying sound in the world. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's still.
Yeah.
These kids are fantastic. Just a friendly reminder, 10 days until college football.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
Excited.
Good.
Tesla AI Day tomorrow. The auto company is holding an invite-only event. I'd like to say, Elon, I haven't received my invite yet.
I'm a shareholder. Come on.
So
What's the
I'm
deal?
just saying, I'd like to show up there. If you want to send me the invite, that'd be great. The event is to tout its advances in artificial intelligence beyond cars. Elon Musk, who's giving the keynote, said that people will start thinking of Tesla as an AI robotics company instead of just an electric car company.
Will they?
So,
Okay.
I'm not sure what Elon is going to show us, but it may be time for Boston Dynamics to stop. The work that they're doing now is, according to them, just foundation building. We're building the core capabilities of what we think any useful robot will need, and in doing so, we're really just defining the next set of challenges that we're going to be working on over the next 2 to 5 years. This is their latest.
Oh, wow.
Ugh.
Steve robot.
Dislikes.
Huh.
He's
Look at that, though. That's
5 feet tall, 190
pretty
pounds.
amazing.
And ready to kill.
On
That's
board,
only 190 pounds.
190 pounds, onboard battery, RGB
Wow.
cameras, depth sensors, 3 built-in computers.
And with all that, it's 190 pounds.
Yeah.
Just wait till they're marching down
Impressive.
your neighborhood thoroughfare.
Oh, yeah. They're
That's
coming.
going to be a fun day.
They're coming. And they've decided that, let's add
Look
another
at
one.
that.
Dislike.
Wow.
Dislike.
Huh.
Can they shoot guns yet, Jeffy?
Yes.
Look at
Yes,
how
they can.
nimble they are. That is
Dislike
impressive.
it.
That's impressive.
That is impressive. Now, they said, of course, they released the behind-the-scenes video showing that the robots don't always accomplish their skills in the first try, but, they are, they're frustrating at times, and they crash from time to time, but the final outcome is pretty impressive. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Just a little rest in peace. 44 years ago this week, Elvis Aaron Presley.
There he is.
The king.
Yeah.
Passed away. We lost him.
So, you didn't get to Graceland this week.
No, I know. It was Elvis week, too.
Shoot.
I know. No one was ever going to be an icon like him again. I'll tell you that right now. Don't even start with me. Don't even start with me. I'm going to be talking to author Sally Hodel on Chewing the Fat about her book, Elvis Destined to Die Young. Many of his family died young, and according to her, within her investigations, he was just self-medicating to ease the suffering. So
the suffering.
Talk to her a little bit later.
It's such a horrible life. Oh,
well, he
man.
did medically.
Did he?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
Because of the genes.
We had
genealogy, okay?
Yeah.
Jeans. Should have bought some new
Yeah,
jeans.
should have bought the bigger ones.
It was the constipation that killed him, let's be honest.
Another legend, 95-year-old Tony Bennett, canceled the remaining tour dates in 2021 and is retiring from performing. Doctor's orders. Bennett, I mean, he's been a star since, 51? 18 Grammys, 50 million records. He revealed earlier this year that he was suffering from Alzheimer's.
Oh, no.
And so his son, who has been his manager for 40 years, good gig if you can get it, explained that while his singing voice remains strong, the pressures of touring meant he gets tired and doing concerts is too much for him. We don't want him to fall down on stage, for instance. So we're not worried about him being able to sing. We're worried about him from a physical standpoint. So the last 2 sold-out shows that he did with Lady Gaga at New York's Radio City Music Hall, that's going to be it. He's got a new album coming out with Gaga later this year, I think next month. And then that's it. Retired. Not dead, but 95 years of age. No more Tony Bennett on stage.
That's sad.
I know. Another great musician in the news, Bob Dylan, who is 80 years old. He's being accused of sexually abusing a 12-year-old girl in 1965.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to prove.
He allegedly groomed, sexually abused, and threatened physical violence against the plaintiff, identified only as JC in the court documents. The alleged abuse occurred multiple times over a 6-week period between April and May 1965. Some of the incidents occurring in his Chelsea Hotel apartment in New York. The legal documents claim that Dylan exploited his status as a musician and illegally provided drugs and alcohol to the underage girl.
So he was 23 at the time, correct?
So 56 years ago, yeah. And so he, I love that as a result of the alleged abuse, the plaintiff has sustained physical and psychological injuries, including severe emotional and psychological distress, humiliation, fright, disassociation, anger, depression, anxiety, personal turmoil, and loss of faith, a severe shock to her nervous system, physical pain, and mental anguish, and emotional and psychological damage. That's it, though.
And it just took how many years?
56 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was good timing on her part because the New York Child's Victim Act, which passed in 2019, and that's what opened up the window for people who claim they were sexually abused as children to file lawsuits against their alleged abusers. Otherwise, the allegations would be too old to prosecute due to the statute of limitations. The look-back window in the law closed on Saturday, this past Saturday. So the law expired. Whew, man. She filed it on Friday. She just got in under the wire, just in time.
So how are you supposed to defend yourself against this?
I mean, he's vehemently, they've said it's untrue, and we're going to defend it till the end of time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
How are you going to prove that against him?
I mean,
from 56 years ago, how are you going to prove that?
And the only thing is as I don't recall ever, and I'm, a Dylan fan, I don't recall any news about him being that kind of a dirtbag over the years. So maybe this coming out, maybe the floodgates open and people start coming out going, oh, yeah, you did it to me too. And so maybe you believe this JC, but as of right now, Do you believe JC, the little girl, or the 50, the 60-year-old girl? No. No. You don't believe that it's true at all, right? There's no way that you believe that it's true.
Well, I don't know. I haven't heard her story, so.
Yeah, don't we believe all women, Jeffy?
Yes, it's true. Yes, it's
What's the deal,
absolutely
man?
true. And I'm just happy that she got it in under the window so it can be tried against Bob.
That was close.
It was close. So while the odds of a strike from the asteroid Bennu has risen from 1 in 2,700 to 1 in 1,750 over the next century or two, the scientists now have a much better idea of Bennu's path.
Oh, good.
Thanks to NASA's OSIRIS-REx spacecraft. The spacecraft is headed back to Earth, did the big roundabout loop after collecting samples from the asteroid, and it's due back here in 2023.
Right.
So,
and as Steve Dace pointed out, still a better chance that hits us than your child dies of COVID.
Their findings are published in the journal Icarus, which I love that
Icarus?
journal. Yeah.
Can't get enough of Icarus.
Yeah.
Can't get enough.
I not only do I get the swimsuit edition of Icarus, but all year round.
So Bennu is going to have a close encounter with Earth in 2135. It's going to pass half the distance of the moon. It's going to pass between us and the moon.
Yeah, we've been there, done that.
That's pretty close.
We've had that before, remember?
That's pretty close.
I still want to hear more about this swimsuit issue
Now-
you're talking about.
Of Icarus?
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Very impressive. Tell you off the air.
Now, according to this, they said that if it did slam into Earth, it wouldn't wipe out life.
It wouldn't?
It would not. It wouldn't be a
I thought it
dinosaur
was.
style.
I thought it
But
was
that's what they originally
possible.
said. But they said no now. Now that they've seen it and up closer than what they had in the past, they said that the crater would be 10 to 20 times the size of the asteroid. The area of devastation would be about 100 times size the crater. So if it hit the eastern seaboard, it would devastate things up and down the coast. But it wouldn't be an earth killer.
Okay.
And so, you've got that. So about
Don't worry about
in
it
the
then.
same story, though, in the same story, scientists from NASA say 100 years from now, who knows what the technology is going to be? Okay, these are the same people that tell us we have to act now because of climate change.
Exactly.
The same people. That pisses me off.
I know.
They want to have it both ways, and they get it both ways.
Yes, they do.
And they get it both ways. It's really just agonizing. So remember Dr. Michelle Fiscus, the pediatrician who served? You don't?
Oh, you're gonna
she
love her.
served as Tennessee's medical director of vaccine preventable diseases and immunization. Well, she was fired back in July, and she came under fire for a memo that led legislators to question whether she was undermining parental authority. And she was fired soon after. And then she did this interview with Anderson Cooper.
Joining us now is Dr. Michelle Fiscus. Until Monday, when she was fired, Dr. Fiscus was the Tennessee government's top vaccine official. She lost her job, it appears, for simply doing her job. She
shut
joins
up,
us now.
Anderson.
Dr. Fiscus, appreciate you being with us. I understand, so just last week, before you were fired, you received a disturbing Amazon package at your office. What was in it, and what did you think when you received it?
Hi, Anderson. Thank you so much for having me. Yes, the week before I was terminated from the Department of Health, I received a package that contained a dog muzzle. And at first I thought that was a joke and contacted a few friends. And then when no one claimed it, realized that that was something that was sent to me as some kind of a message, I suppose.
I understand, I think it was your husband who said, or you said something to your husband that he recounted. What was it you said?
I said that they obviously didn't know me because they sent me a size 3, which is for beagles, and I'm obviously a pit bull, which requires a size 6.
Well, at the time,
Tell us the rest
Tennessee
of the
Department
story.
of Health officials contacted Homeland Security, and they expressed concern that the muzzle was intended as a threat. Fiscus told investigators she had no knowledge of who sent the muzzle.
Okay.
And after the investigation, they found the dog muzzle was
White supremacists.
ordered from an Amazon account that was hers. She was sent from her account. She had 2 separate Amazon accounts.
You gotta
and
be kidding
there
me.
was they gave them
My
the first
gosh.
account, And then during the investigation, they said, hey, what's this other account? Oh, that was the account that the muzzle was purchased on. And it was purchased from the same American Express card that purchased goods on both accounts.
How do you think you're going to get away with that? And then you go on Anderson Cooper on CNN and complain that somebody's trying to muzzle me. Somebody, so you can do your pit bull joke.
I'm not a beagle, I'm a pit bull. Thanks for setting me up for that one, Anderson.
And you think you're going to get away with that? You're not going to be humiliated afterwards when we find out you sent it to yourself.
Hold on. So at this time, there appears to be no threat
Hold on a
toward
second.
the doctor.
How about her friends? Which, first of all, congratulations. They get a call. Did you send this to me? And then they find out you wasted my time with a stupid phone call when it was
now,
just
I guess
setup.
it's possible that she didn't send it to herself. I guess it's possible that hubby sent it.
Whoa.
I guess it's possible.
Hey, to each their
that
own.
hubby sent it, and maybe hubby sent it as a business muzzle, or maybe hubby sent it to her as to really just, hey, shut up.
Yeah.
I'm sick of hearing you.
Yeah, I don't know
So
that
it's
that's
possible.
a business muzzle.
I don't know either. I'm just saying it's
Right.
possible.
Again, I don't judge.
It's
So.
embarrassing.
It's
embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. But once again,
Hoax. Another hoax.
yes, absolutely unbelievable. Do we have time? We don't have time for my other story, so I'll just
what do you got
open this
there?
stupid gift that
What do you mean
Keith
stupid
wants me
gift?
to
No, it's from
open.
Lori D. Sent this to you. Let's see what you got.
Lori D. Let's
see what you got.
see people sending gifts. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Well,
it.
you're not acting very.
I don't feel that it probably is.
Oh, look at that! Your third tail has arrived. Oh, how cool is that?
It's a tail.
It's a third tail for you.
But I'm going to grow one myself.
Well,
No, I thought you weren't going to
Weeks.
grow a third tail.
we'll put that on.
I didn't grow a third
Put that on for the next segment, would you? Dance around the room with your third tail.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's fun.
It's nice.
Appreciate
It's
it.
thoughtful.
It is thoughtful.
933-93. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Got some tweets. Hippie patriot tweets. How is it that I can still walk around since I'm white? According to Biden, I'm worse than the Taliban. Yeah, that's true. White supremacists are
Your days are numbered.
biggest threat in the country.
Thank you.
Beans for the brain. Take note, leftists. Biden and friends have no problem making you completely dependent upon them, and then feel no responsibility to leave you standing on your own. Watch how they handle Afghanistan. Yeah. Dirty white pathead. Is the LGBTQIAA2 plus community going to come out in support of the Taliban and the oppression they have dealt with, as well as BLM? Perhaps.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, this is a huge cluster.
I don't know.
I mean, this Afghanistan thing is a huge cluster, and
Yeah.
the only way out to get those citizens and our allies out of that country now is probably to put more troops there than we had there to begin with, to just get them out safely. I don't think we should go back in and
But that's Trump's
try to
plan.
drive them out.
That's Trump's plan, right? Have total chaos and then send more troops back in.
Well, no, Joe Biden took complete.
Oh, but
he
wait.
owned up to it. The buck stops
Wait, he
with
owned
him.
up to it, but he also said it was Trump's plan.
And the Afghans.
And the
it was Trump and the
Afghans, yeah.
Afghans.
And the Afghans.
But the buck stops with him.
Right here.
Sure, right here. Right here. Well, except for the buck that I'm passing to Trump and to the Afghans.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it stops. Everything else stops.
Well,
right
what
here.
about to the intel that said that we didn't expect this to happen?
Right.
So he's blamed
thought we had
Trump,
some time.
the Afghan army, and
U.S.
the
intelligence. But the buck stops with him.
But the buck stops with him. What are you missing?
So-
Keith? Got it.
Jeez. All right. 888-900-3393. This is kind of an interesting twist and turn for a Hollywood celebrity that usually has no repercussions, no consequences for their actions. Apparently, Obama, or not Obama, I guess because he seems to be Obama-like in his doings. Arnold Schwarzenegger has apparently lost a sponsor.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He said, screw your freedoms. And
here's what happened.
That's
your
interesting.
freedom, and not just to think about, well, my freedom is being kind of disturbed here. Screw your freedom.
After much deliberation, we have decided at Redcon 1 to no longer sponsor the Arnold Classic or any of the Arnold events around the world.
Okay.
And also not attend the Arnold events. And this is a very difficult decision because me personally and everybody at Redcon 1 has always loved Arnold. Since I was 13 years old, I remember Arnold and Predator doing this to tell everybody to stop, and me looking at that with my dad and saying, that's cool. That's what I want to be. I want to be just like this guy. And over the years, I've overlooked a lot of stuff. You probably too, have overlooked a lot of stuff with Arnold where we say, well, that's just Arnold, right? And, because we love him so much, we just keep overlooking and overlooking and overlooking. Well, unfortunately, his most recent comments.
And not just to think about, well, my freedom is being kind of disturbed here. Screw your freedom.
So when somebody says screw your freedom, I can't, and Redcon 1 can't, in good conscience, continue to spend, hundreds of thousands of dollars sponsoring that person or show with a name, honoring that person. So there's no way that I can continue, Redcon 1 can continue, in good conscience, supporting the Arnold Classic for the future. And I really wish that wasn't the case. And this is certainly not a partisan issue. I'm not saying right, left, whatever. America's great because there's freedoms. Arnold is free to say the things he wants to say, right? He may say things I totally disagree with. Somebody else may say things that I find disgusting. But that's what makes America great. You have the ability to say it. I have the ability to disagree. And I'm voting with the Redcon $1 that I don't want to be any part of that. And that's what makes America great. The ability to choose. To choose to wear a mask, to choose to get a vaccine, to choose or not to choose. And that's okay. If you do, that's great. If you don't, that's great. But when you say screw your freedoms or you're a schmuck or a moron or anything else because you disagree with somebody, I'm not for canceling anybody. Don't cancel Arnold, but don't support him if you're me, right? If you like it, go there. I won't be there, unfortunately. So if you're looking to see Kai Green and the rest of the Redcon 1 athletes and myself, unfortunately, you won't. So that's all I had to say about that. And thank you.
Nice.
No. Thank you.
No doubt.
Thank you. How about that? There were some consequences. Screw you and your freedoms. Screw my freedoms?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, he's just yapping like Fauci does. Sure, you got your whole freedoms and your rights and stuff, but not now.
Yeah.
Not now.
Right.
Put those away for
It's
a
not
little bit.
convenient for us right now, so we're not going to do that right now. So.
Sure, you're free. Just not now.
But yeah. And not later either. I mean, this has got to be completely gone. We don't want any evidence of this virus to be on the face of the planet before we get back to your freedoms. Right. So.
But I don't know that that's ever
Pipe down.
I don't.
Over there.
know
Did I ask to hear from you? No. No. Shut.
Simply saying that I don't know that the virus is ever going to go away. So when do I get my freedoms back?
Don't worry about it. It'll happen. Screw them for now.
Screw your freedom.
He said we're going to get him back when the virus is completely wiped off the face
eradicated
of the earth.
from the earth.
But I'm saying that I don't know that day is going to come, and I'm a little concerned.
Don't know because
He
you're
also said
not a
pipe
scientist.
down over there. Okay.
I want my freedoms.
So yeah, that's the thing. When do freedoms come back after this emergency? When Arnold Schwarzenegger decides? When Anthony Fauci decides? Who knows when they're going to make that decision?
Right.
Who knows?
And you're never getting the days back of pre-pandemic days.
They've already told us that.
Those days are
There have been several
gone.
doctors and scientists who have actually said that out loud. Yeah, we're never going back to pre-pandemic. Well, yeah, we are. At least I am.
Really?
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
I'm going to. So you stay holed up in your house the whole time if you want. That's great.
Yeah, just a heads up here. Government of Scotland is trying to keep the powers that they've accumulated during COVID, make those permanent. So
who is doing that?
That'd be Scotland as Western society continues to collapse.
Don't go looking around, Benito.
That's right.
It's just Scotland.
Yeah, the Scottish government wants its emergency coronavirus powers to become permanent, including the ability to order schools to close, impose lockdowns, and operate virtual courts. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet they do want their powers to become permanent. Sorry, no. Wow, the Scottish people better stand up to that.
Oh, good luck. I mean, you got New Zealand doing the same thing.
Oh my gosh,
Australia
the
doing
videos.
the same thing.
New Zealand
they're just
Unbelievable.
They're not giving up. Now, some could argue that New Zealand is doing it right.
Yeah,
New Zealand is doing it right.
Yeah,
some would argue that.
Benito would argue that.
Stay local and do not congregate. Don't talk to your neighbours.
Don't talk to my
Please
neighbours.
keep to your bubbles. It comes down again to those very simple principles. We know from overseas cases of the Delta variant that it can be spread by people simply walking past one another. So keep those movements outside to the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Wear a mask and make sure you keep up that physical distancing.
Yeah, it's getting serious there in New Zealand, Pat. Guess how many cases of coronavirus they've had there to go to those draconian measures?
Is it more than one?
It's actually not more than one, if you can believe that.
It's not. It's not more than
half
one.
a case?
It's one?
It's literally one case.
No, they're doing this.
It's been 170 days since they had a coronavirus case, and then they just had one, and now all of a sudden you can't talk to your neighbors. Don't walk past each other on the street. Oh my gosh!
Some would say that it works.
Jeez.
It's for your health.
So are they banning people from coming to the island as well? I'll bet they are.
Restricting travel? Yeah, it's all locked down.
Yeah, I bet foreigners can't come into New Zealand right now.
I was just going to go there, too.
You were?
Were you?
Oh, tell us about it. What were you going to do there, man?
Going to do the Lord of the Rings tour? Because, we were gonna do that, too.
Were you?
Yeah.
You're a big Lord
Really
of the
soon.
Rings fan?
Actually, I am.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're going to go do the New Zealand
Yeah.
Lord of the
Especially you
Rings
don't have to
tour.
be a huge fan just to do the tour.
No. It's beautiful. I mean, if you just like beautiful scenery.
Thank you. New Zealand is gorgeous.
Yeah, especially this time of year. It's winter, right?
Not
it'd be
now,
a good time
though.
to go.
Not now.
But not now, because they're not going to let you in the country, I don't think.
No.
One new case
One new
prompts
case.
don't talk to your neighbors.
Yeah.
Don't walk past anybody. Oh.
It's not going to be forever.
Okay. No, well,
Not going to be forever. My
maybe
gosh.
it will be. 'cause
New Zealand's just
What did
following
they say?
along with Australia.
They said
They're both gone.
6 or 7 weeks.
They were saying hopefully things are back to normal by Christmas, I just saw.
By Christmas?
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
one.
my God.
That's the article I just glanced at from New Zealand. Yeah.
All right.
But Australia, I mean, these clips are kind of
Wow.
long, but I mean, they're not playing games there. We played the thing yesterday where they wouldn't let the people protest, but yet the police were standing shoulder to shoulder. Right there in the center
the guy
of
was showing them.
Melbourne, I believe it was.
Not socially distanced.
But you've got this police chief. I don't know if you want to play this guy talking about how if you break quarantine, well, that's not the word, lockdown. If you go out and about, we will find you. Watch this guy.
Police will launch Operation Stay at Home. The unprecedented operation will see thousands of police officers from police districts and police area commands across the state working alongside our colleagues from the Australian Defence Force enforcing the strengthened public health orders. 1,400 highway patrol officers will be out and about with their specialist equipment, patrolling back roads, setting up roadblocks, so there is simply nowhere for you to go if you want to breach public health orders. Overnight, we had 529 infringement notices issued for breaches of the public health orders, 29 people charged. Unbelievably, 31 infringement notices were issued to a group of young people who thought it was a good idea to have a public gathering on the cliffs at Clovelly. Significant police resources were used to break up that gathering, and of course 31 infringements were issued.
Pause it for a second. Okay, we're talking about a nation of 5 million people, right?
No.
New Zealand?
Oh, no, he's Australia.
Oh, Australia.
This
We're
is
talking about
Australia.
25 million people.
Yeah.
You see the little crawler underneath, 62 people are in intensive care. 62.
Right.
Out of 25 million, you said?
That's a crisis where you can't leave your home, you can't go outside, nobody can do anything.
Police are setting up roadblocks.
Yeah,
They're
he
checking.
even said it's unbelievable that a crowd of people got together. A crowd of young people wanted to get together.
Yeah. Can you
I
believe
know.
that? They were having a gathering for barbecue.
On the cliffs.
Oh,
You should have pushed them off the cliff. That's what you should have done.
All right.
You should have come up with a bulldozer and pushed them all right off the cliff, the little bastards.
Congratulations to Australia for coming full circle.
Congratulations.
Anybody else want to go against the public health orders?
No, this country is again a penal colony.
It is.
I mean, listen to this guy. We're setting up roadblocks. We're checking back roads. We're breaking up barbecues.
That's unbelievable.
You have nowhere to go but your homes. Listen
Did he have more to say?
Yeah.
8 infringements issued to people who thought that they could gather in a residence at Jesmond up near Newcastle.
They thought that?
10 infringements issued to a group of people who went to a barbecue lunch at Blacktown yesterday.
Not
I
a
would love
barbecue
to go
lunch.
to a barbecue lunch
I'd
with
love
my
to go to
friends and
barbecue.
family, but now is simply not the time.
It's not. Well, when's the time?
Not the time. Was it Australia that had the big wedding with the big Jewish wedding that they shut down, and now they've. It might have been New Zealand.
I didn't see this.
It's either New Zealand or Australia. But again, it's the same as gatherings and how dare you?
So in the
How
United
dare you.
States, we have Senator Rand Paul pushing back among politicians on mandates and lockdowns and all that ridiculousness. So I think every country has one voice of reason left. They have a
They had an MP there in Australia.
Yeah, check this guy out. Member of
When will the madness end? How many more freedoms will we lose due to fear of a virus, which is a survivability rate of 997 out of 1,000? It's time we stop spreading fear and acknowledge some facts. Masks do not work. In fact, it has been proven that masks make no significant difference in stopping the spread of COVID-19. Lockdowns don't work. Fact, lockdowns don't destroy the virus, but they do destroy people's livelihoods and people's lives. Studies have shown they can even increase mortality rates. Domestic vaccine passports are a form of discrimination. Fact, we are all human beings. Nobody should be restricted from everyday life because of their medical choices, especially when vaccinated people can still catch and spread COVID-19. Our posturing politicians, many over there, the sensationalist media elite and the dictatorial medical bureaucrats need to recognise these facts and stop spreading fear.
Yeah.
COVID-19 is going to be with us forever, just like the flu. And just like the flu, we will have to live with it, not in constant fear of it. Some people will catch it. Some people will tragically die from it. That's inevitable, and we have to accept it. What we should never accept is a systematic removal of our freedoms based on a zero-risk health advice from a bunch of unelected medical bureaucrats. Open society back up. Restore our freedoms. End this madness.
Good for you.
This guy just wants freedom, and the other party over there is just screaming.
Yelling out. It's the same thing would happen here. The same thing does happen.
It does.
Yeah.
Wow. Is that
Can you
amazing?
believe that freedom is now unpopular?
Well, it's not unpopular. We just don't need it right now.
Yeah. It's not the time for freedom.
Thank you.
Okay? Yes, it's a cute concept.
Sure.
I think it's adorable. It's charming that you're talking about.
Wait, I mean,
but now's not the time for
this is happening.
Okay?
Yeah.
Not the time.
Around the world, look at that. I mean, there's France, 5 weekends in a row, 200 cities in that nation protesting vaccine passports. It's madness.
Well, sure, there's a couple people that have an issue with the passports and the problems.
Right here. I'm one of them. I got a problem.
Was there any estimate on the crowd size here? It looks pretty sizable.
That I don't know. And that's just one of 200 cities. But I mean, that madness is happening everywhere in the Western world. And it's coming here. Hopefully later we'll play Bill de Blasio talking about New York. I mean, it's insanity what is happening.
You think people in the United States are going to take to the streets like that?
No.
That's
over
a great
vaccine
question.
passports? Not a chance.
Doesn't look like it.
Boy.
All right. Let me tell you about Built Bars. Delicious. And you do still have the freedom to eat them. So while that's the case, I recommend that you order some right away. Because they are fantastic. We talked to Nick Greer, owner of Built Brands, and the other day about his really cool deal with the BYU football team, and how they're giving money to every player on the team with this new NIL situation, including paying the tuition of all of the walk-ons who aren't on scholarship on the team. There's 36 of them. So, I mean, he's doing some really cool things.
That's a number of walk-ons, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. But you can only have 85 scholarship players. The rest have to be walk-ons.
Oh, I got it. You don't need to break down
back
the
off.
rules with me, okay?
So you want to support a company that is awesome like this, and the product is fantastic. These are like candy bars. They have up to 18 grams of protein. They're 180 calories or less. Only 4 to 5 grams of sugar, 4 to 5 net carbs. They taste amazing. Try them out. They've got all kinds of flavors. The double chocolate, the salted caramel, the strawberry, those are some of my favorites. Coconut, mint brownie, cookies and cream. Just a bunch of great flavors. Go to Built.com. Use the promo code PAT15. You'll save 15% off your first order. Promo code PAT15 for 15% off at Built.com.
on the Blaze Radio Network.
Got some tweets. Tobin for Pope campaign tweets. How long before the Taliban starts putting out public service announcements encouraging Afghans to get vaccinated against COVID-19 to protect them from the dangerous Delta variant? Mrs. Jackson tweets, the Chewing the Fat theme song is not the most annoying sound. Kamala's cackle is.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point.
Peekapool, the snarky jackhole Pokemon. New Zealand's future. Someone just sneezed in public. Lock it down now! It's true. I mean, pretty things close. Are crazy down under. Of course, New Zealand's kind of like Australia's little brother, don't you think?
It is. They are.
Yeah.
They are.
A lot like Canada is America's little brother.
Right.
Isn't it the same kind of thing?
They both feel the same way.
They do.
Kind of like the Pac-12 is the Big Ten's little brother, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right. Very much like that. And they aspire to be just like the Pac. They're just like the Big Ten.
That's true.
The Pac-12 wants to be the Big Ten, but they can't. They can't be it. There's like one school in there that belongs in the Pac-10, maybe USC. USC could function in the Big Ten, I think. Most years.
Yeah.
You know? But who else could?
Oregon, maybe.
Nah,
the Ducks.
maybe.
The Ducks, maybe.
Did you see that Clemson and Florida State have both reached out to the SEC to join?
There you go, baby. They want to be a part of it, too.
Oh, my gosh.
They want to be. We do it. I do it.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, as an SEC member, I would say that, sure, Florida State, come on.
Not Clemson?
Yeah.
Well, how could you not take probably the best college football team in America?
Of course you're going to take Clemson.
You would. You would take them. I mean, if that's an option, are they going to say no to that? No way.
But they're going to have three Tigers in the SEC.
Ooh.
Clemson, LSU, and Missouri.
Wow. Oh, that's right.
That's
tough.
Well,
Huh.
no, you say it that way. Screw it. No, you're not welcome.
Yeah, no, I'm
Change
sorry.
your nickname.
Your nickname's too familiar. I'm sorry. We can't.
We'll let you in, but you can't be called the Tigers.
Huh. What if they take that deal?
No way.
I don't think so.
No way. Their city, they've got tiger paws walking you to the stadium around that entire
At
city,
Clemson?
man. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they
awesome.
do. It is kind of cool. I mean, when you go to Clemson, you know that there's a Clemson University in town.
Yes, you do.
There's no question,
Yes, you do.
no doubt in anybody's mind. Hey, is there some sort of major university here?
No. Those paw prints lead you to the zoo.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Huh, really?
All right.
Okay. All right. 888-900-3393. Bill de Blasio trying to be like Australia and Australia's little brother, New Zealand. He's putting mandates in place like crazy. He can't take enough control.
No, he can't.
He can't oppress enough in New York.
But don't try to forge a vaccine passport. Game over for you then. To Bill de Blasio.
There's a possible prison sentence.
Oh, wow.
Here he is talking about.
And I know you've said that you anticipate that this first month of the vaccine mandate for indoor dining and gyms will be about disseminating information, but I was wondering if you could be more specific about the penalties.
It's not?
The penalties for a restaurant or gym not complying. And also for the fake vaccination cards that some people might be tempted to try.
Yeah, really, really key questions. Elizabeth, so first of all...
pause it.
I'll start.
Did that not sound like Ocasio-Cortez?
That was a good impersonation, yeah.
Wow. I'm blown away.
I thought for sure
Elizabeth.
that was.
Huh. All right. Go ahead.
I'll start, and Dr. Choksi and then Commissioner Jesse Tisch can add.
Okay. Sure.
On the falsification of a vaccination card, that's actually a serious offense, falsifying an official document.
Streets of New York.
That literally could result in prison time as much as 7 years. So I want people to understand that is not something to play around with. This is, we're in the middle of a pandemic. The vaccination card's a pretty sacred document to tell us who's vaccinated, who's not.
They're sacred.
Don't even think about falsifying it because
the Constitution's not sacred. But I can violate that all freaking day, every day.
It's for your health.
This
is for your health.
Yes. I know better than you do.
Oh, yeah.
You're not smart enough to protect yourself, so I have to take it.
Well, they're all starting to the big push for the federal vaccination card now. That Fed passport, so that
they're sacred.
So that it's documented.
We need a federal one because it's sacred.
I love this. It's for your health. However, you don't do it, we're going to put you in prison for 7 years.
Yeah, which it doesn't seem healthy, but it's better for you because you can't be out in society. You can't. We'll give you the 3 meals a day that you probably can't or don't understand how to get for yourself. We'll tell you when to go to bed. We'll do all of those things for you.
And we're going to do that for you outside of prison too, but you're going to be in prison.
Right. Wow.
Good times, right?
The passport is sacred. It's pretty sacred. No, I'm setting fire to the U.S. Constitution.
But it's sacred.
But that passport is sacred. Okay?
Pat Gray is here.
I am. Thank you for noticing. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. I guess we got a pinky promise out of the Afghans.
We did.
Oh, did we? The Taliban. They pinky promised that they're not gonna hurt women. So
their pinky promises are
they're golden,
like sacred to the Taliban.
They're sacred.
I mean,
they take their pinky promise really seriously.
Now the one guy that was in Guantanamo that said he wasn't going to go back to Afghanistan,
but did.
I don't think he
didn't pinky promise. No, that was not a pinky.
Okay.
He promised, but he didn't pinky promise. Yeah. So
that's
we
why
can trust them. So
right.
We can trust them. When they make the pinky promise, you can take that to the bank. Right directly to the bank.
Right direct.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
And it's going to be amazing to see. We're going to have to deal with them now, right? To get citizens out, get our allies out.
Yeah.
And I mean, is cash going to be enough?
I don't know.
To fund them, is that going to be enough, or are we going to have to acknowledge them? I mean, this administration has put us in a bad place over this. You can quote me on that. They've put us in a bad place.
Can I?
The Taliban also has to make an assessment about what they want their role to be in the international community.
That's the thing. Well, that's why you can trust them right there. Because, man, do they care about the reputation.
We've certainly heard more from them than we have our president.
Yep.
Since this has been going on.
We have.
I mean, it's disgusting.
It's an absolute nightmare. An absolute catastrophe.
We don't have a president of the United States right now. I think that's pretty obvious.
Not one who's competent.
Right.
That's for sure. Quinnipiac University is about to fine and cut internet access, and I imagine eventually round up and put in prison and poke with pickle forks.
Oh, my.
I hope so.
And maybe even just execute unvaccinated students.
Okay,
Let's just get it over with. Connecticut's Quinnipiac University will be issuing fines and cutting internet access to non-exempt students who fail to show proof of COVID-19 vaccination. The bold mandate was communicated in an email to about 600 students who so far have not requested an exemption or provided the university with documentation to show they've received the shot.
Seriously, back off.
Quinnipiac's vaccine requirement for incoming students this fall semester had been previously announced, and earlier this month, they reinstated their indoor mask mandate as well. Okay. So not only do you have to have the vaccine, you're going to have to wear the mask to class. Fines for students who don't supply vaccination proof will begin at $100 per week for the first 2 weeks. The penalty will increase by increments of $25 every 2 weeks until a maximum fine of $200 per week.
Are we going to have sharpshooters on top of the buildings so that if the kids walk outside their dorm without a mask on, dead?
Jeffy, that's second semester.
Yeah, right.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
You're not going to start with that.
Okay, sorry.
Obviously.
Sorry.
Sure.
This world sucks.
That's not until February at the earliest.
Okay.
I'd say.
Come back from the holiday break, sharpshooters.
It's coming.
It's crazy. It's crazy. By the way, this is getting so bad that patients are being turned away for not having been vaccinated.
Yeah, this video you're about to see, a lot of your audience chimed in underneath this to say this is happening in a lot of places. People trying to get cancer treatments, appointments like that.
Well, get vaccinated and wear a mask. I don't know what the deal is.
Thank you. It's so easy. So easy. Thank you, Jeffy. Right. Jeffy makes a good point, Keith.
No, he does not. Let's play this video. This enraged me last night when I saw this. Enraged me, or yesterday.
If it's real.
I've had a cardiologist appointment scheduled since May. It is now August. Today is my appointment. I show up for that appointment wearing a mask. He's wearing a mask. And I'm told that because I am not vaccinated and because he is too young to be vaccinated, I can't be seen. A 5-month pregnant woman who is having heart problems cannot see the cardiologist she has waited months to see because I'm not vaccinated. Tell me again that it's about public health. These doctors and nurses should be ashamed of themselves for turning away a patient who needs help because of their vaccination status. Unreal.
I think she said friendly, unfriendly real.
That doesn't fit.
No?
I don't think that
Why
works.
why did we have to sound it out to make it go away?
I was just, I was just guessing the word that was taken out. I don't know why the audio dropped out.
Just dropped off. It's weird, right?
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. But
this world is insane. We are being governed by cultists at this point. That's all. That's the only thing you can say to this. It's not about health. Woman has a heart condition.
Yeah.
You're not going to see. You're not going to see. I guarantee if an illegal alien rolls in there, can't speak Spanish or can't speak English,
Plus
right? Rolls in there and says, "Oh, I got a heart condition.
Plus-
right this way." Not going to say the word vaccine's not even going to come up in that conversation.
Plus, it was pointed out.
Exactly
it was
right.
pointed out in one of the threads from this video that they said that her child was too young to be vaccinated, but it was okay for the pregnant mom to be vaccinated.
Yeah, the
with the baby
CDC's
inside
pushing
of her.
for that. The CDC has been pushing for that.
I know, I understand.
Then what do you say?
No, but I mean, they're saying that soon, when you think about it, why is that kid too young to get vaccinated? We're vaccinating
Right,
the
that's
mom
kind of
with the
interesting.
baby.
Yeah, they skipped right over the little kids and right into the pregnant women. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh. Yeah, this world is insane.
No, the only thing that makes sense right now is cookies. Delicious cookies.
Right?
Yeah, the best cookies on the
Right?
planet. Kexi cookies. Get them at Kexi.com.
Now let me ask you a question. If I order from
We're gonna
Kexi,
have a whole new lineup this fall, and you're
You have to be
blown away.
vaccinated in order to order Kexi?
No. Ask that question.
Strangely, you do not have
Thank
to be vaccinated.
goodness. You're like the one
of the
outlet
final
left.
one of the final things you can do without being vaccinated
the
is
last
go to
holdout.
Kexi.com and order some delicious cookies. How is this happening to us? How is it happening?
I want to know what's in those syringes, man, because it's changing people's brains too.
Again, for the millionth time, if this was Ebola, I'd kind of understand it. It still wouldn't be for what's going on.
No.
But if it's Ebola and your eyes are going to melt out of their sockets if you get this disease, and you got a 60% chance you're going to die, okay, some of these ridiculous draconian measures would make a little bit more sense. But when it's 99% survivable, it doesn't make any sense.
It's not about health. And then when you can convince yourself that it's not about health, then it makes sense.
Yeah, it's not bubonic plague, which, by the way, I think antibiotics can cure.
Oh, wow.
So even that, wouldn't be a big deal right now.
That's happening in Australia right now too, as well. By the way,
bubonic plague.
Yeah.
It is?
They've got a super mice problem.
I love it.
Really?
They had a drought.
Yeah.
All right, and then they had floods. All right. With the floods came all these crops, and they had an overflow of wheat, an abundance of wheat. And these farmers were saying, "Hey, we got enough wheat to feed our cattle and our crops and our other animals for a couple of years." So they put them in the barns, and then the mice and the rats came. And are pulling of the wheat, so now they've got to burn and throw out all the wheat. They've got houses and barns.
Are they allowed to leave their house to go and burn the wheat?
With a mask on.
And are they just worried about the plague, or has it already started?
No, it's already started. And
Has it really?
It's already started. And, I mean, there's just all these rats. There's millions of rats everywhere.
Jeez.
Which smells good too, by the way.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Oh, they have. It's a great smell.
So let's back up. People are trapped on that island inside their home, surrounded by rats. Oh, Australia sounds like a great place to be right now.
Mice.
Oh, mice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
There's only a few rats.
Yeah, good. All right, good. Got some tweets here. Brian James tweets, the land down under has gone full Nazi and the citizens can't do a thing about it. From the Unmasked Avenger.
No guns.
How about we start a 60s style protest and burn our masks like women burned their bras back then? Jeffy's meat sweats. Everyone is saying we lost in Afghanistan, but you're forgetting we won because they had a gay flag on the embassy for a few days. So beautiful.
Right?
So a few people fell from a plane. But did you see that flag?
Did you see it? Did you? Did you? Yeah, lots of countries are loving the gay flag flying at U.S. embassies, right?
Yeah, they love it.
And by the way, we didn't lose.
And we did not lose. I maintain till my dying breath, we didn't lose in Vietnam. We didn't lose in Afghanistan.
We damn well didn't lose in
Losing is if
Grenada,
you're there and
I'll
they
tell you
beat you. We left. And of course they can beat the worthless power that's there, both in Vietnam and in Afghanistan, sadly. You know, the power, by the way, that was one of the top 30 powers on the planet or whatever, with 300,000 strong and all of our equipment. And so they're really formidable, and they're one of the best equipped armies in the world. That army, that's the army that lost, not us.
Yeah.
Right.
Not us.
If anybody lost that's associated with this country, it's Joe Biden. This is a defeat for Joe Biden.
Definitely is.
This is a terrible plan on how to pull out there. But
definitely.
Yeah, Jeffy is okay. You all right?
No,
you brought up Grenada.
I
man.
know.
I'm just making sure you're okay over there.
Oh boy, I know you don't like to talk about it.
The only saving grace is that we won.
Island of Spice
defeated communism in the Western Hemisphere. That's all. You're welcome.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
It's true too.
Keeps. Let me tell you about Keeps because if you're stressed out and your hair's falling out, you don't have to stress about that. Because Keeps can help you keep the hair that you have and maybe even regrow hair. In about 60% of the cases, men experience some hair regrowth. It's fantastic. And these are the generic FDA-approved hair loss treatments. So you're going to save about 50% right there. Plus, you don't have to go anywhere to get this done. You just do it online from the comfort and privacy of your own home. So you go online, answer a few questions, snap some pictures, and post them. And then a licensed doctor will review all of that and get back to you on the right hair loss treatment for you. Then they'll ship it directly to you. So it couldn't be any more convenient, and it is really affordable. Go to Keeps.com. That's KEEPS.com/Pat. Get 50% off the already low price, which is 50% off because they're not using the brand names. They're using the generic versions. And then you'll get another 50% off your first order of hair loss treatments when you go to Keeps.com/Pat. That's Keeps.com/Pat.
It's Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze.
Apparently, the Jamaicans didn't like the pride flag.
What?
In front of the U.S.
the beautiful flag
embassy.
that we had in Afghanistan?
Yeah. Apparently, they're not appreciative. Is that right?
Oh, let's see here.
And as you might be able to see in the background, the U.S. Embassy continues to fly the LGBT flag, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender flag, in breach of the Vienna Convention, Articles 31E, Article 20, and Article 41. Right? They are being hostile towards our laws, our culture, and our own democratic system. Instead of flying the Jamaican flag for emancipation, they have decided to fly that flag, and that is an insult to our country.
Huh.
Don't start bogging us down with facts and
Geneva
Convention stuff.
Jamaica pulls out the
ancient history.
Well.
So what would happen from that? He'll be called a bigot.
Oh,
and
yeah.
a hate monger and a homophobe and blah, 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 blah.
Cancel
How
that guy.
dare you not love that flag?
Cancel that guy.
How dare you? If we could find out his name and where he works in Jamaica, he'd be canceled right now.
You know what?
Right this second.
Make that priority one, Corby.
Right?
Find out
him.
who that guy is.
Find him.
His life a living hell.
Take away his phone, too, so he can never do something like that again.
Thank you. I don't care that he was wearing a mask.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, that's right. He was outside wearing a mask. Yeah, kind of diluted the point you were making, but all right.
But okay, whatever.
Okay.
How dare you say that about the LGBTQIAA2 plus flag? How dare you? All right. I think I'm okay now.
Okay.
Hobby Lobby was just ordered to pay $220,000 to one of their employees because they discriminated against this employee by telling her not to go into the women's bathroom.
That's worth $220,000?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to try that with Glenn.
They barred this person.
No one cares in this building.
This transgender.
Trust me.
Transgender.
You can go into that bathroom.
Transgender employee. No way. In this building?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Do we have ADD?
Oh,
What is the
please.
deal?
No way.
Don't even. You're looking at me like I haven't done it. Stop it.
Get out of here.
Stop it.
Not during the day when there's actually women here.
Yeah.
Get out of
Oh,
here.
we're
you
recording this
guys.
for social media later.
Nobody cares.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they
No,
do.
they don't.
You'll be summarily dismissed. I wouldn't try it.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, they do.
They don't.
What's the story?
Yeah, they do.
So this dude.
So anyway,
at Hobby Lobby,
transgender employee at Hobby Lobby had been barred from using. This is so egregious.
Right.
What a heinous
Tell
thing
us about
Hobby
this.
Lobby
This
did.
is sad.
They barred this person from using the women's bathroom as was requested by this person. Now, they tried to accommodate Megan Somerville's requests when she transitioned a decade after being hired in 1998. So they've been working with this person since 2008.
I mean, she's transitioned while she was working, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was hired and then
As
went
a
into
he.
a she, right?
Became a she, yeah. Although apparently hasn't had the surgery. Otherwise, you'd be, I'm sure, allowed into that facility.
Right.
But the company drew the line at where she went to the bathroom. They changed Somerville's personnel records and the benefits information to reflect her female identity. So they did all of that, and that was even noted by the judge. However, Hobby Lobby refused to allow Somerville to use the women's bathroom at the store. Okay, so this person with a man unit goes into the women's bathroom, and the only person who matters is the transgender person. Don't worry about the comfort level of any of the women in there or any of the women who work at this place. How does this keep happening?
So what do you think?
How does it keep happening?
That Megan Somerville is suing for? Like what? Other than just the $220,000, I mean, what kind of claims is she making there?
Well, here's the problem.
Okay, what?
She has also developed some physical symptoms.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Well, tell us about poor little Megan.
Yeah, because she had to go into the men's room.
Right. Okay. So what did that do?
Because she's a man.
But she's
Her
doesn't
symptoms
identify
for
as a
going
man.
into the men's room, though,
what happened?
include headaches, fatigue, muscle cramps, gastric problems, and dehydration due to restricting her fluid intake.
Wait, it's not a sink?
Yeah.
What, are you lapping up water from the tap? But they don't have one in the dude's bathroom? They're torturing this poor woman at Hobby Lobby.
Well, because she can't go to the bathroom where she wants, she has to make a decision now.
Yeah.
Right.
Do I go to the men's room?
Right.
Do I go to another establishment's room where they let me go into the women's room? Or do I just hold it till I get home?
Yeah.
So
And
she's chosen
that's
apparently
unhealthy.
on occasion. That's unhealthy.
I do find it curious that Megan is suffering from cramps. The dude
do you?
suffering from cramps.
Men can have cramps.
Can they?
Yeah, they can.
Big sniff you got going there.
Tell you what.
Probably
why
not
don't
as
you,
common.
Why don't you hold your urination all day and see if you get some cramps, Keith?
Right. Thank you,
Okay,
Jeffy.
I'll
Men
report,
can get cramps.
I'll report back on my holding back my urination and see what happens to me today.
The three justice panels said the $220,000 award was the highest ever for emotional distress.
The stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Because she had to go to the bathroom of her actual biological sex, not the one she identifies with.
But the company already...
I can't take it.
The company already bent over, though. I mean, the company already gave him the ID of saying that he was a she.
Yeah.
I mean, they already they were just... They
did
right, that's
what
what
she
I mean.
wanted.
So... They didn't. That's where they got into trouble. They
Maybe
they should not have. They should not have.
I don't
okayed
know.
any of that.
But this is such bull crap.
Yeah. Well, and
it's got all these physical ailments from going to the men's room instead of the women's room.
And it starts early.
Shut up.
They get your kids early on this gender train. That's for sure. So good luck when you drop your kids off.
Yeah, these are the
know.
people. Here's the people you're entrusting your 2-year-old with.
Better know.
Right here.
Story time. This has been my first year in preschool with a class of my own, teaching alongside another queer neurodivergent educator, and we have been rocking Archie's class.
What kind?
We've been talking about gender and skin color and consent
Pause it
and
for a second.
empathy and
Queer
neurodivergent. You know this. We've been over this.
Queer neurodivergent.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said nerd.
Neurodivergent.
I guess
Okay.
your brain is
All right.
going off somewhere. Yeah, that's accurate. Okay.
All right.
But listen to all the stuff that
Let's
your
see.
2-year-old is being indoctrinated with at this preschool.
Yeah.
our bodies and autonomy. It's been fabulous. But our teaching team is shifting, and a new person is being onboarded, someone with many years of experience. So today at the lunch table, when the topic of gender and genitals came up,
Nice
one of our
lunch
students
table.
plainly looked up and said, "Well, I'm a girl today, but I know that teacher Co isn't. No, they're NB." And the look on the incoming teacher's face was priceless. She was shocked in a good way, and she just looked around at the two of us and said, "This class is incredible, and I am so impressed."
Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
Demons are teaching our children.
Seriously. This is...
No, but the other teacher said that she was impressed.
The thunderclouds are about to deposit fire and brimstone.
Really?
Down on this.
And then how will you react?
then we'll see who's squealing at that particular time.
Wasn't that video gross?
That is unreal. And the fact that there's 3 of them now, and they're all of that mindset.
Oh, yeah.
They're all excited about teaching the kids ND, neurodivergent.
Yeah. You hand your kids
what?
over to those kind of people, and they have no chance.
They don't. So I wonder if the parents know that they're handing their kids over to teachers like this.
Shame on the parents if they don't know.
Probably.
They must.
Probably,
right?
yeah.
They must, because she's pretty open about it.
And you don't.
And the kids are talking like that. I know what's-her-face isn't a girl today. Well, if she was a girl yesterday, she's a girl today.
Right.
Okay?
Not if she doesn't want to be.
No, I know. That's tough. You're still a girl.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, you're still a girl.
Wow. Okay, why don't you just hang the flag up somewhere then, my friend? Okay.
Yeah. Just might do that. Yeah.
Well, we have a new definition now for birds and the bees. I don't know if you want to share that with everyone.
Is this it?
On the piggyback of
The
that.
new definition. I feel bad for parents nowadays. You have to be able to explain the birds and the bees, the bees and the bees.
Oh, okay.
The birds and the birds.
Right.
The birds that used to be bees.
Right.
The bees that used to be birds. The birds that look like bees plus bees that look like birds but still got a stinger. And
That's
still
awesome.
want to go to the female bird restroom.
Right?
No! I can't take it.
Seriously, how are you a parent today? God bless you. Young kids getting out in this world with the masks
Hard.
and the vaccines and the gender and the BLM and CRT and
Yeah, it's really hard. God bless you for doing it. A lot of prayer needs to go into it. 888-900-3393 and homeschooling, by the way. And homeschool if you possibly can. We'll see you tomorrow for another fun day.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.